Is there anyone down here? Is there any spirits?
Hello?
You in?
Yeah.
Oh no. It's a witch bag.
Look at that. We've just got a gaping hole. Anyone down there? Did you hear that? Like a sneeze?
I just saw something down there. Like a head move out from the... It's like, is there anything there? There's nothing there. Like, and it was like a... One of them... Yeah,
We're on, guys.
On.
Here we are, Ouija Brothers here once again, chatting to you, you know, talking. Hopefully you enjoy yourself. We've got a bit of a special guest for you guys tonight. We got Mr. Dead Cold Paranormal. We got 228 people watching in the chat. Thank you so much. If you could please smash the like button, it helps us out a lot. Hopefully you enjoyed those teasers. You know, we've got a lot of good things coming up. So hopefully you all enjoyed it, you know. Brand new video we got coming tomorrow night from the unknown. Because to be honest, me and Jace have no idea what the hell that place is.
It's all kicking off.
But yeah, that's coming tomorrow night, 7 PM. So hit the notification, hit everything. That video is coming, and yeah. How's it going, Jace? You want to say anything? You want to say hello? Oh,
hello.
Can everyone hear us? Have you got sound?
Imagine that. You're just talking.
I think we got sound though. I think we're all good. You want to say anything, Jace? You know, while I swig on my beer.
What beer you got again? Is it the Kronenberg?
No, I went for some San Miguel today. I went to San Miguel. So I went back to my roots. But yeah, hopefully you all enjoyed the intro. You know, always just trying to keep something a bit, you know, entertaining, all good for you. But yeah, today we are going to be talking to a bloke called Dead Cold Paranormal. Now, who's Dead Cold Paranormal? Very good question. But you know what? Considering the stream's already been going on for 13 minutes and we've literally only come on, we'll just talk to you for a couple of minutes and then we'll show you a little video that Dead Cold has prepared for you guys. Just for anyone who hasn't watched him, you know, you guys can, you know, go check him out. He's a great guy. So yeah, and he will be joining us. We've got questions for him, gonna hang out with him, and all you guys will be able to chill out and see what he's about. Seeing a lot of chicken dippers. We did actually get a donation. That was from Anne Metallica, £2 donation. Hi guys, hope you guys are both okay, and we're doing good.
What's the chicken dippers about?
I don't know. Someone's loving the chicken dippers. What's going on?
Luke Bradshaw going on with chicken dippers. Anne Metallica said she sent £2 in a super chat, so thank you very much, Anne.
Yep.
I'm just looking through. I'm just looking through the chat at the moment, so it's just one of them.
How's your
I've
dinner?
got us.
How's your dinner? I mean, he's got chicken dinner. How's your week been, Jace? Anything good?
No, just the same as usual. I mean, you probably get up to more than what I get up to.
Oh man, I haven't
So
had a car.
literally, all I've done is work. That's it. That's all I've done, and it's work, see Freya, and basically I've been doing, like, you know, my thing that I said I was going to be doing this year, and yeah, man, I feel good. But that's it. I've got nothing planned either. I mean, well, we have got, so I think we might have one of the times, but it's I don't know when. But it's just a struggle at the moment. I suppose everyone's going through the same motion, but I've got to count myself lucky because I'm actually working. I've actually got I've got something to do every day.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's hard work, but like, I've been doing it for 16 years, so I should be all right with it.
Yeah.
I'm just looking through the chat. I mean, because obviously you got to remember, guys, the first time you see those videos is pretty much the first time that I see them, because that's just when I get to see them, and they look pretty good, to be fair. I mean, and I'm a part of it. So if I like them, then obviously for other people are gonna like them. So it's what you call it. It's that trailer for the
Hill House. Haunted Hill.
Yeah, the Hill House. Yeah. That looked fun. That did. So,
yeah, man.
I mean, that'll be loads of fun. This but what are we actually going to be talking about today, Stu?
So we're going to bring Dead Cold on in a minute, and I've got a lot of questions for him. You know, I've got front and back, because I don't know how good this bloke answers questions. He could be a yes/no man, but I hope not. I don't think he is. You know, he's very chattery. Hopefully, you know, you guys will be able to take something from him. You'll get to know him a bit more. Hopefully, you'll go over, subscribe, check him out. And hopefully you enjoy his work. You know, me and Griff do. So yeah, we've got loads of questions for him. Well, a few questions.
I mean, you say loads of questions. I mean,
about 10. We got about 10 questions.
10 questions. So if he turns around and he says, so what's your favourite thing? Is yeah.
I'll cut him off. I'll go, see you later. I'll see you later, Mark. It's been fun having you. And I'll just ask the questions for ourselves, man. I'll be like, Griff, right, then let's go through some of these. And we'll just change his name just to the Ouija Brothers, you know. But he won't be like that. He'll be cool, you know. He'll be a bit nervous, so everyone be kind to good old Mark. You know, this is the first time he's actually ever done a live stream. So be nice to him. But you know, he's in good hands, you know. He's with the Ouija Brothers, you know. We make pretty much everyone feel welcome. So, yeah. Did you see that thing that come up on the screen? He said, "You're running out of time. 40 minutes." Jesus Christ! I thought the stream was going to be over. I'm going to have to pay a flipping subscription. Tammy Trot, thank you so much for the £2 donation. Means a lot. Anyway, we was actually going to do something this week. We was actually going to go out and film and record.
Are we not doing that?
Yeah, we was going to go to Cannock Chase, because I don't know if anyone has noticed.
You keep saying was, like we ain't doing
well,
it anymore.
We can still, but like where the story's going is we was going to do something at Cannock Chase. I was getting everything prepared yesterday, packing the bags. You know, Cannock Chase is only 20 minutes down the road, and then I realised, I was like, shit, I don't have a car. And I said to Laura, I was like, I can't do it. I've got no car. I've had no car for about a week, so. Yeah, it's all good. But the car should be coming back, I think, tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, anyway, we're going to get onto it and bring him on.
Hold on a sec, Stu, before you do this massive reveal.
The massive reveal, yeah.
Yeah, well, it is, isn't it? It's a big thing. Like, so are we? Because I've made plans around this. So are we going or not?
Yeah, we're going, yeah.
Oh, so we are going. Yeah, we got me all. I was a little bit pissed off then. I was like, I was just going to switch the stream now. We got I just seen a 199 super chat which disappeared. 199 from. This is the problem with this, Stephen.
Viewer
Tammy Trot.
Yeah.
Big red thumb. I just seen it. But yeah, thank you very much. I've got to say something as well. What was it? Someone said to. My sister, she says, say hello to all the Australian moms out there.
Okay.
So if you're from Oz, that's what she asked me to say, so I just said it. But yeah, let's get it in. Let's get it
Yeah,
started.
so we're gonna play a little video that Mr. Dead Cold has sorted out for himself. Hopefully, gets you to know the bloke. I'm gonna stop talking and then we're gonna get him on. So here we go, guys. Hopefully you enjoy it. Let me find if I've got the right button. Here we go.
How we doing, guys? Right, guys. How we doing, folks? How we doing, folks? How we doing, folks? How we doing, folks? All right, folks, how we doing? Welcome back to another episode of Dead Cold. Potential to be freaked out by a wildlife here is unbelievable. I don't know what I'm going to do if I see this bloody spectral cart with bodies hanging out of it. But probably shit in the pants. Sitting in that super large tree just above me. Cool. Jesus freaking Christ. Look at this place. My goodness me. This gear 2 meter. I was thinking about this today. I've never seen this thing go off. Glitter balls, what do you want to call them? Cat toys, sparkly balls.
We hear you.
Freaking hell, man. Jesus Christ, man. I don't even know why I'm flailing nothing. Freaking hell. I don't know what the hell that was. That freaking scared the bejesus out of me. I don't know why I do this sometimes. And again, a massive thank you to all the new subscribers and the current ones. I'm over the moon, to say the least. Use my energy. Whoa.
Protection.
She's coming and protection. You're taking a different...
Exactly. I'm not even going down that avenue.
Could you say my name, please? Don't intend to stay here. Freeze me glitter balls off all night. I do not trust cows as far as I can bloody throw them. Yeah. The bloody cows are back again. There's about bloody 10 of them this time. Yeah, moo you and all. Two of them cows right over in flavouring distance. Freaking hate them. Slippy. It's a bit damp in the air. You can feel it in the air. Oh, Jesus Christ. Whoa. Me wandering around with my torch. I should have a radio on. And I'm looking like playing an original game of Silent Hill. The radio was crackling. And I started shitting my pants. If anybody comes through that flaming doorway, I will weaponise my camera. Demonic portal just opened and a load of demons have poured out. Chance to be a fine thing. Move that ball I've just put on the ground, please. Do it again. Jesus Christ. Well, not a sausage. But that's not to say that if there are spirits here, they weren't listening. Or were you saying wow for the 100 subscribers I now have? Wow. I still can't believe that last video. I just looked this morning, 1.2k views. Madness. Hello. Nice. Pretty sure that was a bit of Van Halen there as well. See, I don't fancy being out here too long. What was that? Nice. Very nice. North Pest House wood. To see if I can find any kind of remnants of a house. A door, a deer, a female deer. There's a song in there somewhere, I'm sure. That is freaking... Please tell me. Look at that. Isn't that just a bit good? Please tell me that was an old house. And Gothic arches there as well. Could that be a chapel? Could that be what I'm looking for? There's the remnants of an old house here. Cracking nice. Look at this, for God's sakes. You know, something months ago I never thought I'd be actually doing. Sat in next to a disused church with my arm across a bloody bench, waiting for a spirit to turn up next week. See you in a bit, folks. Ta-da.
Well,
This questioning in. Here we go, and I believe we are live. So here he is, man. The man himself, the goddamn cow bloke, Mr. Mark. I don't know if you can say his last name. We'll call him Mr. Dead Cold. Dead Cold Paranormal. How's he going, man?
Very good, thank you. All good.
You want to say anything, Jace?
Hey, I was just watching the end of that thing.
Oh,
man,
you're still watching it? Oh, he was
remember
still
the
watching it.
streams below, behind a little bit, man. But yeah, what you want, man? It's nice to have you on, Mark. I really the presenter type, but here we are.
Yeah, a lot of love in the chat. Hopefully you all enjoyed that video, and like I say, got an idea of who Mark is, what he's about, and yeah, all that other good stuff. So, do you want to say anything? You want to say hello? Do you want to... Well, look at all the merch around this bloke. I mean, you think me and Griff plug our merch. Look, he's got merch on the left, to the right, behind him. He's even wearing some. I mean, is that where you store the merch?
The merch is stored at various places, to be fair. Most of it is still on Teespring.
Yeah.
He's ordered everything, man. He's got absolutely everything. But yeah, man, it's great to have you on board. It's great to have you. This is actually the first time we've ever like spoken, you know, person to person. You know, actually hearing our voice, seeing us moving, you know, motion.
Yeah.
I think he's heard our voices before.
No, but he hasn't interacted or talked to us with his own voice, has he?
Yeah, but like I say to everyone else, all you gotta do is watch one of the videos. It's exactly the same as Mazes in real life.
Yeah, well,
So-
you know, so it's an exclusive. It's new for you, new for us, and new for Mark.
Is he our first guest?
No, you know, we've had guests before. Paranormal Fight.
When?
Paranormal
This
Truth.
year.
Oh yeah, first this year, yeah. First this year. So yeah, if you could guys go over, check out Dead Cold. I think I have left a few links in the chat. If you enjoyed what you've seen, you know, keeps it real, keeps it honest. Is that the right link? Oh, I believe so. I'm just gonna throw it in. Yeah, it's thrown in. So yeah, what we're gonna do, we're gonna flip the screen. So we're all gonna be full screen, and we're gonna get on to the Q&A, so you guys can see who this bloke, and so we can learn a bit more about him as well, you know. So let me just change a few things. Griff, you've got to take over for a sec, man, while I do this, man.
Oh, then so yeah, Mark, what you been doing with yourself over the past? Well, I don't know, because I haven't really spoken to you outside of that much outside of I suppose Instagram chat, but like over the past, well, the pandemic, I'm going to say, over this pandemic, what you been up to?
The pandemic's been has been pretty okay, and I've only been, as I say, I just said that before, I'm back in furlough for a bit, but I've only been back in furlough for about a week and a half, but it's not going to be forever. I've got a job to go back to starting 8th of March, so we'll be all good. But I tell you what, I'm actually quite pleased the time off at the moment, because I've been trying my damnedest to do this next video. My goodness me, I've enjoyed it. It's been major effort, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Steve knows all about the effort of editing videos and getting all the videos together and stuff like that. But I'm just a simple man. I just turn up.
Well, you've got it easy, Jace. To be honest.
I don't know. The thing is I'd like to edit some videos, but I just ain't allowed.
You know what I mean?
I ain't allowed.
The
I'm weighed down.
I don't know. I mean, 15 hours, man. 15 hours it took.
Yeah, man. But the thing is it turns into a proper job when it comes to editing videos and that. And it's like, while I'm working and as much as I am, until we get like to a higher hiatus, then there's no possible way of me just stop working for this, I suppose. But it is what it is. But we just need to get out there, man. I'm dying inside. Oh, that's a sock, guys, by the way. That's one of the sock. But yeah.
Sock puppets.
Yeah, man. I might make one actually.
So yeah, here we go, guys. We're gonna get onto it. Gonna go through the questions, because you know how we like to roll. 30 minutes in, not one single question asked. So here we go. So we're gonna hit with a very what do you call it? We're gonna go with a very traditional question, for a new guest. And it is. I'm sure you guys can guess it, before I even say it, let us know down in the chat before I even ask it. I'll give you about 20 seconds. Let's see if you know what the first question is going to be. Let's see if you can type that fast.
Are you actually going to ask the question?
I'm waiting to see if people know with the first traditional question on how these interviews kind of go.
I'll guess here. No, I don't know what it is. Laney L 299. Thank you very much. Obviously, I got because we don't get. Do we get them popping up on the?
Yeah. They've been popping up. Yeah. Sorry if we've missed any super chats. It's not. My screen's not loading them up. But anyway, okay. Here we go.
Can I guess the question before?
Oh, go on then.
I don't know what it is.
Do it.
So, I'm gonna say, is it?
First question, remember.
First question of asking the paranormal group. So, I would ask, give an introduction to yourself. Tell us where we can find your channel. Blah blah blah. I'd ask that first, and then I'd probably ask where he was from, because there's people asking, like, he's from 5 different places up north. So I mean, I'd probably say where he's from, so put all the people straight.
Quite a few people have already got it. It is. What got you into the paranormal?
Well, what got me into the paranormal? Well, I have been into that kind of stuff since I was a kid. I'm not going to go into experiences, but I had me embarrassingly so. Me and my brother had what we call a horror club when we were kids. When we were about, like, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 years old, and we all used to make like little badges and talk ghost stories and all that kind of stuff. Go down spooky lanes and probably scare the crap out of each other. But yeah, it was always good. I think it was mainly based around. I remember my mate's brother had the book, the Hamlin book, the old Hamlin Book of Horror. Big vampire on the front with a stake in its heart. Yeah, so that was probably what sparked it. To be fair, being scared, even though I don't like being scared, I quite enjoy the whole aspect of going into a place and scaring the crap out yourself.
I reckon it's what you call it. It is fun. I mean, and like, it gives you that bit of adrenaline rush. I'd say it's kind of, I don't know, like it's like kind of your bungee jumping, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, there's actually one thing I did actually forget to do, and we'll do that now. I just seen it in the chat. Someone actually asked. I can't actually remember where he was, but I'm gonna. We'll get into it right now. So let me just try this.
Oh, so are we doing that now?
We'll do that now, yeah, because I wanted to do that before we got into the questions. But it don't matter, you know. We'll still get into the questions.
We can mix it up, can't
Yeah, we can mix it up.
Of course we can.
We're flexible.
There's no rules. So yeah, what's your take on it, Jace? Do you believe in the notion that some people are perhaps more sensitive or open to experiencing paranormal phenomena than others?
I suppose it's more, because it's weird. It's like a different thing, because you could turn around and say that some people do just choose to ignore. So it's like ignorance. So I think everyone's got the capability of opening themselves up to being sensitive. I believe some people are a little bit more in tune with it than others. And obviously, you know what I'm like when I'm out in the paranormal field, and when I'm out there investigating that. I usually pick up on like stuff in certain areas that not many people do, and it's like the same as we did that test with paranormal hauntings, and there's some stuff I just don't even know how I knew it myself. Just weird, if you know what I mean. So I do believe that a lot of people, I think everybody can do it. I honestly believe that everyone can do it, but it's the willing to do it. It's like teaching yourself to open your mind and open like your senses up and stuff like that, and practice it, I suppose, meditating and stuff. So my answer to the question is yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Mark, what's your opinion? Do you believe in the notion that people that are more sensitive or open experience paranormal phenomena?
I think they do, but I think I even answered that one in your poll there. But I think they do. I've talked with a few people about this. I've even talked to one of my you might have heard me mention before, Lindsay. I've talked to Lindsay about this before as well. Who was a member of the Ghost Club. But when they go out on these big, investigations kind of thing, do you get people in the same room seeing things and other people aren't? And then it's down to, do you actually trust that person that they're actually saying what they're saying, or it's a difficult one, to be fair. I do believe that some people are more sensitive than others, though. I don't think I'm that sensitive, apart from being scared.
Yeah.
But don't you think when you're in tune with, like, do you know that energy, that feeling that you've got, say, like you're out investigating and you're out like in this, like, I don't know, graveyard, or you're somewhere like in a building and you've got all these goosebumps coming up on you and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Don't you feel like you're more like electrified to the senses around you?
Yeah,
so
definitely.
That you'd be like heightened sense, which in the sense itself is being sensitive towards your surroundings, no matter if it's like I suppose like feeling, or like in your mind where you can hear something that not other people can't hear. I'd say it's collectively the same thing, but it's just not in tune as much as some other people's.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
Yeah. And I think my opinion, I think people can be more sensitive and open, but I don't. I've been around like quite a few people that are open, even like people claim to be mediums. But does that mean that they experience paranormal phenomena? I kind of take that down as like poltergeist or paranormal activity. Going into a room and being able to sense something, like saying, "Oh yeah, I can sense this and that and whatever." I believe that can be true. But again, I don't really feel that too much. I have felt things like it before, but I wouldn't say I'm a so-called sensitive. But we have been in locations where you've just felt the atmosphere. You feel that there's something there. But again, I'm not sensitive to that kind of stuff, but I felt it.
I've seen you when we was in a place, and we both felt the same thing. And it's like, it's kind of like, I think, like I said before, it's personal preference, isn't it?
But I don't think just because you're sensitive or open, I don't think it results in paranormal activity, escalating. I don't.
Oh no!
I don't think it is at all.
I think that's just up to what happens.
Yeah, whatever happens. But people who are sensitive, I do believe, but experiencing paranormal phenomena, I don't think. Well, from what I've witnessed, it makes no difference. To be honest, it makes no difference if you're a sensitive, if you're a believer, if you're a skeptic, whatever. You just have to be at the right place at the right time. You can try every method in the book. You can have every so-called professional with you who says, "Oh, this gets results," but at the end of the day, it makes no difference whatsoever. It'll happen if it wants to happen. 9 times out of 10, it doesn't happen no matter what. But that's my opinion. But it was a good poll, good question. Thank you everyone who obviously commented on the post, everyone who voted, and we'll have another post up. I think there was another post up today. Can't remember what it was, but there is another post. Anyway, back onto the questions. And the second one is...
Let's have it.
Right, here we go. Second question from Mr. Dead Cold is, what made you want to go out and start investigating and filming? And to put all them videos up onto YouTube to be judged, critiqued, and all that other good stuff that comes with YouTube. What made you want to do that?
Well, as I've always been a bit of a believer in ghosts and not really have seen anything myself, and mate, I'm not gonna sit here blowing smoke up you two guys' asses, but watching you guys on YouTube, it's just think, well, that is a good way of actually getting out there and experiencing places. And I'm a bit of a history person as well, so I like the oldie worldy things. So to go into them kind of places and try and experience the same things that you guys have done for myself instead of hearing things like second hand, was really the main passage for me to go down, I think. But as you say, for sticking yourself on YouTube, that's I remember the first one I put out. I'm thinking, have I even done this right? Am I going to get slaughtered day one? And to be quite honest, I didn't actually get slaughtered day one. I was quite pleased with that, to be honest.
I think watching your videos, it's just that, I don't know, it's like that feel of like that you're actually there. And yeah, man, it's good. It's good that you put them on YouTube, because they have been a pleasure to watch, to be honest.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, like when you first start doing it, it is quite nerve-wracking. You know, like going out there trying to make something.
Definitely.
And then for people to see, because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if you're going to take off. You don't know who's going to watch you. You don't know anything. You know, it's kind of stepping into the unknown, and it's quite exciting. It's quite fun. Also, it can be quite scary. But I think as time goes on, you kind of just you've got to remember why you do it. And you know, me and Griff just do it for ourselves, because you know it comes to a time where you just, to be honest, like the only people you can really fully, I suppose, trust or determine is yourselves, because you know everything that happens while you're there, while you're doing what you're doing.
Yeah, definitely.
And you know, and we say this to everyone all the time. If you're really interested into the paranormal, go out and do it yourself. Go anywhere and just see. You know, you'll learn very fast doing it yourselves. A lot of people do just sit down and they just watch YouTube, or they watch the Ghost Adventures, or you know, whatever, you know, and that's kind of really their main involvement when it comes down to in paranormal investigating. And you know what, that is actually the worst thing you could do. The best thing is to go out to see it, and you'll learn quickly of how things really are.
I mean, you don't even have to go far in places. I mean, I obviously didn't realise anything was around my immediate place where I live, and obviously look what I've found. I mean, I'm not saying anything's highly paranormal out the places, but you know, to find that kind of history and the stories that go with it has just been well, for me anyways, that's part and parcel of why I do this, because I really enjoy the research of doing these things and find out the stories behind everything.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you call it. Another thing is that the good thing about bringing honest paranormal stuff to YouTube, even though we don't honestly not say care what people think, but it's like like Steve said earlier, the only people that you can trust is yourselves. The other good reason to bring it to YouTube is for those people that can't go out, and then they're stuck in the house and there's no physical way, or there's no possible way that they can go out, like people with children and stuff. You know, you get what I mean. Yeah. And it's just nice for those type of people as well to witness something that's honest in that. But it's at the same time as you get bundled in, which I hate being bundled in with everyone. And like you all get put together and stuff like that. It's like Steve said earlier about watching Ghost Adventures and all that. You've got to remember that that's all entertainment. And I enjoy Ghost Adventures. One of the only ghost channels I actually watched back in the day, the first season, and that when I actually thought it was genuine. But yeah, just go out there and do it yourself. Do as much as you can. And if you can't, then try and find the people that you could trust, I suppose. So
yeah. Next one. I mean, this I always find this one quite an interesting one. But what are your family's views on the paranormal? You know, do they support what you do, or do they think that you're a crazy man for going out and talking to be honest, nothing? You know, a lot of the time you're just talking to the walls, you're talking to the trees, the cows. You know, what's your family's take on it?
Oh God, those goddamn cows. Not that I'm plugging the slogan, of course, but I think when I first started doing it, Mrs. Nick, she thought I was bloody mad, and I think a lot of people, you get a lot of, obviously a lot of my friends as well that didn't know that I was really into this kind of stuff. They were obviously you get a lot of piss taken from them as well, but at the end of the day, I've got some pretty harsh piss takers in my friends' circle, shall we say? But you know, I think I'd like to think at least they can probably see what I'm trying to do, and at least trying to respect that rather than actually if they believe it or not. I mean, my brother's a bloody classic example. He doesn't believe any of that kind of stuff. But yeah, so yes, to answer the question, my family thought I was crazy for going to do it.
Yeah. Well, one thing I think about is, do you know, okay, he says like people look at you and stuff, and they think like all different types of stuff that they think, and I found that people do that to start with, and then after that they start getting intrigued and start asking you questions, and they start coming into it a little bit more. So I suppose it's an introductory, not just for yourself but for everyone, because they are involved, aren't they, with you, because you do it yourself. So.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I remember Nick saying to me, she said, I'll never understand what you do, but I can see that you really enjoy it. So, fair play to you. And that time when, I'm going to have to go down this one, that time when we were chatting on Instagram, and you said that you'd like one day we'd like to do, I don't know, like a meet up together kind of thing somewhere. I came in the living room there, she says, I thought you won the flaming lottery.
Yeah, man, it is good.
But it's great, man. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't really get. I mean, I think my family, all right. My mum has always been a believer. My dad kind of, he didn't really say anything, to be honest. Because me and Dave, we kind of started doing it all together. And my family was pretty cool with it. It's actually more interesting talking to, like friends of friends. When you go to like a birthday party, and then because I don't really know like some of these people, but they know who you are, and they start talking to you about the ghost hunting, and then before you know it, everyone's just crowding around you, talking about ghost hunts. Which is pretty strange. But again, like if you talk to like I suppose your average Joe, and they hear, oh, you do ghost hunting, they kind of laugh. You're like, really? You believe in all that crap? And I get it. I get why they think that, because there is a lot of crap out there. They think, again, you're just one of those, who are pulling the strings and all that other stuff. But he's like, no, man, we're actually genuinely interested. Just want to see if we can get something definitive where, I can prove to myself and also prove to you, that there's something actually out there. So it's always a bit of a mixed response, but, you just got to keep, you've got to crack on. Paranormal field is such a niche field. It's, it's such a tiny, small, in the entertainment spectrum.
Definitely.
And a lot of people just don't believe, and I think like more people don't believe like now than they used to back in the day. I think as time's going on, more people are more critical of it. There's like, oh, it's all a lot of crap. So, but yeah. Next one. So this is going to be a good one. Did you actually have any other channel name ideas before settling on the name Dead Cold? Now, I know me and Griff have gone through this before. We had different names before we settled on the Ouija Brothers. We was actually even going down the cold route, if you remember, Jace. We was like things like cold. I don't know if we actually did say Dead Cold. I don't think we did. But we was trying to reference something into Stone Cold. It was Stone
Steve
Cold.
Austin.
It was Stone Cold.
Stone Cold Paranormal. It was.
Yeah, we had some crap names. I think like Wolves Paranormal, because we, like Neil from Wolverhampton. It was just a right nightmare trying to come up with.
I was just waving to the camera then, but no one could see me.
Yeah, we could see it. But yeah, it's so hard to kind of come up with a name, and I don't envy anyone who starts out doing a paranormal channel trying to come up with something that is semi-decent, also something that hasn't been took. Because remember, that's your major branding. So yeah, did you have any other channel name ideas, or did you just go straight into Dead Cold Paranormal? Let us know.
Well, it was just Dead Cold at first. I did think of a few other things first. To be honest, I can't quite remember exactly what they were, but they were probably something really goofy. I don't know, Graveyard Prowlers or something like that, but that just sounds like something different altogether.
Yes, it does sound like something different.
But no, there was one of the reasons what I chose Dead Cold was I was trying to actually link something to my roots, being from the northeast. Just to satisfy those people in the chat, I am from Durham originally, Durham in County Durham. So there's a phrase up in there that some of the locals, a lot of the locals use up in the northeast, is when it's actually really cold to say it's dead cold. So that was the reasoning behind me choosing Dead Cold. But the paranormal thing got added on a bit later on when I realised that there was a lot of other channels or titles that are actually come under Dead Cold. So when you're actually searching for Dead Cold, you get like, a gazillion others coming up. So yeah, Dead Cold Paranormal it was, with a hyphen.
Yeah. Don't forget the hyphen. I don't see the hyphen on the merch though.
The hyphen is not on the merch. You're right, Steve.
No,
maybe I
good
would
one.
add it.
So yeah, Graveyard Prowlers. I mean, that could be, I suppose, a title for maybe one of the videos. Who knows? Go around a graveyard. It could be quite good. What does the chat prefer? Do they prefer Dead Cold Paranormal or the Graveyard Prowlers or Prowler?
Graveyard Prowler, my goodness me.
I mean, to be honest, you should have called yourself like the Night Stalker. Considering how that's trending and how that's kind of blowing all up at the moment. You could have gone real far. Just the Night Stalker.
Another one you've just made me think there, because do I class myself as a biker? I suppose I am. I get in and out of London from where I work on a bike. I have a motorbike, so I was actually going to go down a real cheesy route of saying the Midnight Rider. Taken from an Allman Brothers band song.
Midnight Rider, I like that one.
Yeah, man. So anyway, next question. Let me get, where are we? So we're on question 5. So not bad. So how do I word this one? Right then. How have your investigations been so far? Have you captured or witnessed anything paranormal while doing your investigations?
I would say very much inconclusive. There's been a couple of things. I think the best one I probably had, and I have to go back there again, and that is Minsden Chapel. That I made a right pig's ear of their video as well. That was when the mobile phone era was coming to the end. That was the last video I did with a mobile phone, and then managed to get myself the same camera that you guys have. But that place there, and I'm hoping. I've asked Steve Rolfe, who you might see in the chat. He's the guy that sometimes comes out with me. All right, Steve, how are you doing? Thanks very much, lad. So me and him are going to go back there, because I'm not going to go back there by myself. That was a scary place, to be fair. I know it'll probably make a great video for me to go back by myself, but it's been the only video that I've actually had, and I've had a lot of people have actually sent me messages about it, saying that they've seen stuff in it. I mean, there is reports of there's many reports of strange ghosts there, but there's a monk there, or a hooded figure of some kind. But apparently, it doesn't actually it never comes into the chapel itself. It's a ruin, essentially, a very bad ruin, to be fair, and it stays in the wood. And a few paranormal groups have actually said this as well, that have been there. I think another one for another big group from down my end of the woods is Luton Paranormal. They, I don't have any affiliation with them. Sorry for mentioning them.
That's fine.
But they've been there and done that a few times, and they've sensed a lot of eerie things there, and I felt really uneasy there. To be fair, I mean, you're at the top of a wood by yourself, and the wood it can be quite noisy there, birds and owls, and all of a sudden it'll just go quiet, like really quiet. Even the wind will stop. It's weird. I'm not going to say there's anything dodgy going on there, but for the president of the Ghost Club to stay overnight there many years ago, must have something decent going on there.
Yeah, man. So have you actually witnessed anything paranormal, I suppose, before you even started doing Dead Cold?
The only one I can think of, really, this was way before I even considered doing anything like this. I was working for another company, my old company I used to work for, working in a place called Aldershot. That place there was like if I could go back there now, if I could turn the clock back 10 years and go and do another paranormal investigation there, I'm sure that would get loads of views. I mean, you walk in there, it's derelict, it's a big old building, it's got 3 phases to the whole thing, and it looked like the inside of a Silent Hill building. It was just odd, and I never liked it from the word go. I remember even talking to my old boss saying, "Why on earth have you sent me here? This place gives me the flavor and creeps like you wouldn't believe." I mean, there's a couple of things happened there. Two in particular, and it's still, this can be debunked, but we were doing a strip out there, and there was this big old chocky 80s style mobile phone in the foyer. I'd ripped all the cables out from what I could see. Went back to my desk to start writing up, because I'm the guy managing the site, and in the afternoon, everyone had gone. It starts flaming ringing. I mean, my heart was in my flaming mouth then, for God's sakes. I went to answer it, but it stopped before I picked it up. Another time was I was in one of the oldest parts of the building. I mean, the oldest part of the building went back to the 1600s. I was in there doing some cleaning up after the carpenters, and I was there. There was really me and one other person in the building. He was in another part of the building. And all of a sudden I got this really strong waft of floral stuff, like lavender or something like that, It was really odd, and it was there for about 10, 15 seconds, and then it just went. Long story short, lollipop lady across the road, because there was a school crossing just across the road. I got on talking to her, and she picked us up from the station one time. Never get into the car with strange women.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good...
But she, as I've spoken to her many times before, she says, "You go on my way." She said, "I've just dropped my husband off at the train station. Do you want to lift up there?" I said, "Yeah, no problem." So she asked us what we were doing there, and I didn't even prompt this question at all. And then she, out of the blue, she said, "Have you seen her?" And I tell you what, the bloody hairs on the back of my neck just went friggin'.
Wow.
So apparently that place actually was haunted by some kind of grey lady, which they think was like a former nurse. I mean, the place was used as the overspill from the war hospital just further up the road. It was a workhouse during the Victorian period as well. I mean, the place has probably seen a lot of death, that's for sure. If you want to go down that route.
Yeah, man, definitely. It's pretty interesting. I mean, here's another one for you. Have your views on the paranormal changed since you started, doing investigations?
Yes.
That's a good mug. My dad used to have one like that.
You see that? Tring Brewery right there. There's another one as well. That's what I'm bringing.
Lovely stuff.
Yes. So, what was the question? I've forgotten. Please say it again.
Have your views on the paranormal changed since you started investigating?
Yes, because you think you're going to go into these places and it's just going to come alive with paranormal activity. I mean, I do a lot of reading into locations first before I go into them. So I'm probably more or less geared up to what for what I'm going to probably witness, hopefully witness anyway. But when you get there, invariably, not a great deal, if anything happens at all. Apart from you're probably spooking yourself more than anything. My mind just gets really carried away with me sometimes. And I probably end up scaring myself more than anything, especially when I'm by myself.
How about you, Griff? Has your views on the paranormal changed since you started investigating?
I don't know, because I forgot what my views was when I first started investigating. I just wanted to find the truth more than anything. So, yeah, man, I still want to find it now. But you say you want to find the truth, but what is the truth? You get told so many things. It's a long list of things that I could go down. I could just keep going down and down and down. But yeah, man, views change. I feel like I'm more confident within myself, as an investigator. But my views on the paranormal, I believe, have pretty much stayed the same. Because we had stuff at like fucking
East Road.
loads of houses and that, man. Like not just East Drive, but Dean's Road. You know, I had stuff happen when I was a kid. Man, there's just so much. Just too much. It's ridiculous.
You guys have had things happen to you. I mean, obviously, Griff, you mentioned quite a few times before you've had things happen to you virtually all the way through your life.
Yeah.
I mean, my mum was the same as well. She'd had a few things that happened all the way through her life, especially at my granddad's old house. So she is a believer. But obviously, the things that you guys have probably seen, you've seen obviously a hell of a lot more than what I have. Especially because I've obviously watched your 30 East Drive videos. I mean, the stuff that goes on there that is probably only half of what we see as the viewer to what you might have actually seen or heard whilst being there when the cameras aren't even on.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is very true, to be honest. You know, I think there was like a 2-year period before me and Griff were even, you know, the Ouija brothers, where we, experienced. Did someone just fall down the stairs? It sounded like someone went straight down the stairs. I don't know. But yeah, you know, we've experienced a lot of stuff. You know, a lot of times, sometimes when your cameras aren't even rolling, you know, you're just chilling, you're just hanging out. And also, you know, as we do this for ourselves, you know, like me and Griff, sometimes we go to locations. Like, we've been to 30 East Drive, and we haven't even recorded. You know, while we've been the Ouija brothers as well, we've just gone just for ourselves, just to see if anything happens with our cameras. You know, a lot of people think that, you know, we aren't believers in the paranormal. I mean, I seen one comment the other day, and they said, "Oh, you're just here just to make other teams look bad and just to look down on them and stuff like that." I was like, "You really think that me and Griff are that passionate to waste all our time, waste a lot of money and effort and all this other stuff just to make other channels look bad?" It's just not how it is at all. You know, we do this just for ourselves. You know, it's not our fault that we just, you know, remember, we come on here, we don't care if we liked or anything like that. We just say what we think, what we see, and what we feel, you know. A lot of times we don't capture anything, and, you know, that's it. We just tell people, what do you want us to do? Do you want us to go there and start pulling things, pulling strings, kicking doors? You know, we could easily do that, but we don't want to do that. You know, if all the channels and stuff want to do that, then that's down to them. But we aren't.
Up to them, eh?
You know, we aren't into it to try and fool and con the audience. You know, you don't hear us, you know, doing the famous routine of, I see this, I sense this, something's behind me, I can hear the walking. You know, all them routines that happens every single time. We don't. A lot of times, we don't feel anything. You know, but it doesn't mean it's not haunted. It's just from every time inside this place, nothing's happened, and it's kind of, you know, it's not our fault that it is how that is. You know, we're going open-mindedly and kind of hoping for stuff to happen. You know, optimistic, but also kind of realistic that, you know, there's a good chance nothing's going to happen tonight. But it's not going to deter us standing around, sitting around, calling out and doing everything that every other ghost hunter does. And, you know, it is fun. You know, I enjoy the travel, the journey. You know, the buzz getting into the locations, looking around. You don't know what you're going to find, and then
I'm actually about to do it.
You know, and then to sit down to do it. So yeah. So I don't know. I don't even know how we got onto that. You know, I don't even. That's on the same conversation, but it is what it is.
You got there, man. You got there in the end.
So anyway, Dead Cole, considering this stream is about you, we see we've got 237 people watching right now. If you could, please smash the like button. It does help us out a lot. This stream will be up for a couple of days. You know, we don't like to keep the live streams up for too long. You know, we want people to watch it kind of in the moment so you can interact with us. So we will keep it up for about 3-4 days, something like that. We'll probably take it down on the weekend. But yeah, brand new video coming tomorrow, 7 p.m. So everyone check and get ready for that. So, Mr. Dead Cold, what equipment do you use? And what are your views on the equipment?
I use similar things to yourself. I mean, I have those. I think I've only seen you use them once or twice. To be fair, you know, the glitter balls, the little cat toy things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. because I'm by myself the majority of the time, they're a good. I'm not saying they are, as soon as that thing starts going crazy, is that a sign that somebody's been moved, that it has been moved? I mean, they are quite sensitive, to be fair. So if they were touched by anything, they would definitely go off. I use the mail. I got the mail rem for Christmas, which was nice. I've had nothing from that yet. I'm not saying it's broken because it isn't. But yeah, I also use the S box spirit box. What else do we use? I've got the K2, which finally went off, as you might remember on the second visit to the return visit to Cold Christmas Church. Absolutely love that place. That's got such a vibe to that place. It's fantastic. Not a bad vibe. I don't feel a bad vibe from it. I feel a very good vibe, to be fair. But yeah, I was buzzing when the K2 actually got some action on that one, and on more than one occasion. I mean, it never went skyrocket and stayed solid red kind of thing, but hey, it did a few flickers up to the orange.
Yeah, and that got you excited.
Yeah, it's always good, man.
Oh, just fantastic. I'm surprised my reaction on camera was so subdued the first time it happened, because I've said it in all of my videos that this thing never goes off. But it was good. It was really good.
So, you are a believer in like the equipment and things like that? You're a fan of them?
I'm a fan of them. Yes. Am I a believer? Yeah, I suppose I have to be. And if you're gonna buy this stuff and shell out the money for it, because some of them are actually quite expensive, as you well know. So, are you buying it because you just want it for lights and noise to go off in your videos, or are you buying it because you believe in the equipment and you believe that like some kind of that ghosts have an electromagnetic field, and when they pass through such a device, it's going to make a noise or the lights are going to go off? So yeah, if you believe that the ghosts have that magnetic field, then yes, I am buying it because of that.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, that's the theory, isn't it? And it's one of the reasons, like why we use, we don't use too much. I think it is mainly just the Mel meter and a K2. We're skeptical, but remember, these investigations, it's an experiment, so we just use these just to see if you can get, you ask for something to come around the REM pod, can you set it off? And if it starts going off, you're like, oh, okay, well, that's pretty interesting. And then if you start asking for different colours to start going, or if you feel like you're doing something like it's intelligent, it can be pretty exciting, I mean, there's many times where me and Griff have been proper excited, like, holy shit, it's going off on command. I mean, there was this time where we investigated this old abandoned factory. It was one of our first ever videos that me and Griff done. Dave was with us at the time, and we heard some noises kind of coming off from one room. We went into there, and we done a spirit box. Again, I'm a lot more skeptical on the spirit box than like a Mel meter or K2, because remember, spirit boxes, it is a radio. You do hear the words. So I'm a hell of a lot more skeptical over. I mean, I'm still skeptical over like the Mel meter, but I've got more, I suppose, faith in them than a spirit box. And that time when we was in this factory, and we was asking for whatever's there to come towards us, and he did something. It felt like something come around us, and the K2 meter started going, and it started to flicker. It wasn't moving all night, and I think we said, if you're here, if you want us to go out to this room, just go to yellow, and we will leave. We will leave you be, and we'll go. And about 5 seconds later, he went to yellow, and then we was like, well, that's it, we're done, we're out, and we did. we walked out, and I think that was it.
And we kept our promise, don't we?
We did turn back. We did get back in there a few hours later, just to see if there was like any K2 or anything in the room. But when we went back, the K2 meter never went off again. Yeah. For the rest of the entire investigation. So again, that is an interesting. That's interesting. I think we talked about this the other day on Corinne from Paranormal Photographer, because we done like a recording with her the other day, and there was this time when we was at the cage. It's in the video, like our visit at the cage, and Griff was downstairs. He was holding a K2 meter, and I was upstairs. And it was the time where I was like just slate, when Griff says just give it to it. So I was just being an arsehole. Nothing happened. Nothing at all happened. And then I was just like deflated. I was like, that's it, I'm done, I'm finished now. And I was just at the top of the stairs, and Griff was like, well, that's it. And I was like, yeah, man, just nothing. And then something laughed, like literally right behind me. Now, as soon as something laughed, now Griff was downstairs. As soon as something laughed, his K2 meter shot up within like 2 seconds of each other, probably less. He was like a second, and that's crazy. It was like, how do you kind of explain that? I mean, I remember one of the times that really got us when we were done a Lily Shore Abbey. We dubbed it the Hellhounds, and we were there, and before I was just holding the K2, and Griff was like, stay, and this was maxing. This weren't just going like flickering. This was maxing out to red. And we'd never seen anything like that at that time. It was flashing like you wouldn't believe. Actually, it wasn't even flashing. It was just static on red. And just blew our minds. And Griff was like, all the hair stood up on on his arm and everything. And it is like when something happens, because you've got that excitement. It's like, oh my god, is something about to happen? Is something going to happen? Again, I know a lot of people think we're skeptical over a lot of these things. And it's good to be skeptical, because again, it's not 100% proof that we're talking to a spirit, but it's an experiment. And to be honest, it can be quite exciting, if you can get something intelligent going. But always, most of the time, we do have equipment out, but a lot of the time they don't really go off. So it's just me and Griff, just calling out, talking, and having a laugh. But yeah, I enjoy the gadgets. How about you, Jace? What are your views on the gadgets?
I like them, but the thing is like we said this before about the percentage of like 99.9 times it probably won't ever work, but then there's always that chance. There's that one chance that it could work. So I mean, it's always good to try.
Exactly.
These different items and objects, and it's always good to try everything, because I suppose that's what investigating is. It's about doing everything that you possibly can.
It's all trial and error.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, no one's correct.
I'm glad you mentioned that one at Lily Shore Abbey. That was well, as I've seen a lot of other ghost hunter videos as well, but that is probably the greatest display of K2 activity I've probably ever seen, to be fair.
Oh man, he was on command. He was on command.
That was crazy.
Griff was walking around with it, weren't he?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was taking him for a walk.
Yeah. And I think it's still one of our best videos.
I love that.
If anyone hasn't seen it, I did do a compilation where it was like the 3 Lily Shore Abbey investigations crammed into one. So check that out. It's amazing. But I think on the second part of it, it's like when he took Griff for a walk with the Kato. I know it sounds insane, but there's right at the very end.
Took me on a walk. It did take me on a walk.
It said if you was just playing games with me, like go to red or whatever, or yellow, I can't remember. And he said yeah, and he was like, oh, so you were just playing games with me, you weren't a lady, and he was like, no. And then he was like, okay then, well, can you show us something really powerful? Can you go now and wind up the dogs? Can you make the dogs start howling? and he went to yes. So we stood there and we waited for about 20-30 seconds, and we hadn't heard the dogs all night, and they started to howl and go crazy, didn't they, Jace?
Yeah, man. For me,
and the K2 weren't going off at all. It was if he was near the K2, he walked off, went over, pissed the dogs off. And we were just there. It was like, wow, we haven't heard him all night, and now on command this has happened. And then Griff was like, was that you? After about a minute or two, and he just flashed again. And we was like, hey, how do we debunk that?
How scary was that? Hearing those dogs howling.
The second time, because we went there a few times. The second time, we were expecting. I wouldn't say expecting it, but it wouldn't have caught us off guard. But the first time, I'm not gonna lie, the fear. It was real, it's so real.
You can see it. You can see it in your eyes.
Yeah, and the thing is, like the camera never does that justice. I'll never forget, because he was like Dolby surround, like how we was in that, like that archway or whatever. We was in the one room, and it was so echoey, and it drained the entire abbey. And wherever you went, you could hear it like 360, just pounding. and it got louder and louder, didn't you, Jace? You weren't going quiet. You
did,
just
it
got
was
louder and louder.
it was that absolute madness. I couldn't, something I just couldn't understand. And it was so good as well, so good.
But yeah,
Just walking around with it and just being there and.
So yeah. Anyway, next question. Okay, then yeah. So, what's it like investigating on your own? Would you ever consider getting any more team members?
Well, as you know, the first 3 or 4 videos were by myself. They're all in generic order. I've known Steve for a while, but I know he's always been interested in that kind of stuff as well. So I invited him out when I went back to the second time to go to Cold Christmas Church. I invited him to come with me. He didn't ask. I reached out to him and said, "Listen, mate, you want to come? I'm going to go back to this place. You've obviously seen the first video. I want to do a night shot there. Do you want to come? Do you want to come do it?" He said, "That'd be fantastic," because he's always wanted to go and do something like that as well. So good experience for him. But yeah, that was. I felt a lot more comfortable having somebody else there than being by myself.
I mean, you felt like a god.
You do. Going back there for a second time as well, because you kind of know the area. You do feel kind of like, I'm at the top of the food chain now.
Yeah.
No, but it was being by yourself is for me anyway, personally, is very scary. I get freaked out kind of and jumpy quite easily. And not so much with footsteps that I might have heard, because I've done woods before, even in the night time as well, and I've heard things, obviously, but you're in the woods, for God's sakes. I mean, I know, obviously in Tring Woods where I live, there's deer all over the place there. I mean, you might have seen them on one of my more recent videos in the daytime, but and it's when it's nighttime and it's still, especially, you're going to hear everything. You're going to hear birds flapping in the trees. You're going to hear, I don't know, badgers walking around. You're going to hear everything.
Foxes, crickets, just everything. You do hear it. Again, I think we mentioned this last week. It's one of the reasons why we we kind of try and stay away from doing forest. I know we want to do Cannock Chase. That's going to be kind of like an adventure. Cannock Chase is obviously full of so much mystery, but again, it's so much wildlife. You have to get ready and prepared for that as well. But it's just, we do like to kind of keep it indoors, because it's a lot more controlled, because again, it's so easy to go out and hear these things, and so easy to jump on. Oh my God, I've just heard something walking. I just heard a footstep. All you got to say, I just heard a footstep, and people are like, bam, here we go. But in fact, it could have been absolutely anything. It could have, the wind. The wind. You forget how much noise the world makes when you just sit still and listen to it.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
I like that a lot, man. That's
Very
a really
good,
good way of wording it, that is.
I started doing this again at the wrong time. I started doing it during not lockdown, but I started doing it during restrictions. So you couldn't. I haven't actually been indoors and done anywhere yet because you can't.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to the time when I'm going to go back and start doing my first indoor one. I mean, yeah, that would be. I'm looking forward to that one. I don't know where I'm going to go yet for my first indoor one, but well, let's just wait and see.
Yeah, man. I mean, me and Griff don't really do too much on air on, to be honest, because a lot of the locations we go to, they're quite far. It's like an hour and a half, 2 hours away. And the thing is, because we're going into like a lot of abandoned locations, you don't know what crazed up person, mad person is in these places. It's always a bit safer when you're in numbers. I mean, we can look after ourselves, but a lot of these locations again. I know, like other teams claim them to be, murder houses, suicide houses, and all this other stuff. A lot of the time they aren't. They aren't even that at all. What they actually turn out to be is just drug dens. A lot of people just go there, hang out, they destroy it, and they just turn into drug dens. So again, you don't know who is going to be in these locations. I think an experience me, Dave, and even me, Griff, and Dave experienced again when we first started doing the paranormal was in this factory. Now we were talking about where the K2 went off. We walked through a room. We was like kind of scouting the entire area to see if anyone was there, and in the door there was about 50 knives like stuck in the door, and we was like, why is there so many knives in the door? So that's crazy. And then we heard shuffling coming from down the corridor, and as we walked down the corridor we looked through the window, and there was two people like huddled up together like in bed with a quilt over them. And it's kind of you know what I mean, it just shows you don't know who's there. Load of knives, two people in that room. It can be so scary. So a lot of the times we just go, and plus it's the Ouija Brothers, it's our channel. But I do like doing lone vigils in, like secure locations. Like I would do 39 Degree Street, 30 East Drive. Any like them high profile locations where we can get in. I would do all them on our own. And like I did, like last year I done one on my own. Actually done quite a few, but yeah, it is a good dynamic. It does bring it. It makes you a lot more on edge. And that's good for a video. But is it good for trying to require like something real paranormal? Because you're a lot more jumpy. Like a noise that could happen. Just a house settling. You instantly shit. You're like, oh my god, because you're just so much more jumpy. But we'll do them again. We'll definitely do them again in the future. But yeah, like when I first started watching some of your videos and you was going out on your own, walking around them streets, I was like, man, it's a lot of goods, because remember, real life people are always more intimidating and scary than any kind of ghost or poltergeist, because you don't know,
100%.
Who's around the next corner. I do like that element that you just go out there and just walking down a country lane with his camera, not knowing where he's going. It's like, that's brilliant.
That one there, that country lane when you're talking about, and it was because I was wanting to go and do it so much. I'd never really gave that much thought until people started saying, "Are you mad? What are you doing that for? And you could be anybody."
You're mad.
But I enjoyed that thing, and even though I got clipped by a few bats a few times, but that was a good one to be fair. I enjoyed that.
I mean, me and Griff have had a few experiences
bat
with bats
encounters,
haven't we?
We have.
I mean, pigeon encounters.
Pigeons, bats, all of it. It's a nightmare. It is fun when it does happen. Anyway, we've got two more questions. And then if anyone wants to ask us a question, if you guys want to ask Dead Cold a question, it's your turn to talk to us after we do these two. So this is an easy one. What investigations have you got coming up? Have you got any videos coming up? Have you got anything planned? Well, actually, we won't do the planned stuff. But actually, hold on. Yeah, we can do the planned stuff. Yeah. So what investigations have you got coming up? What videos are you working on? What can we expect to see?
Well, I've just no intentional plug, Steve, but I've just finished editing and uploading and scheduling my new video to the channel, and that'll be coming out at 9 p.m. tomorrow night.
So then, fucking got competition. Stay.
The plug is in. The plug is down. So that's this one is really just. I mean, this one was like I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. But this one was hard going for the amount of because I try to do it like a narration kind of thing, and I don't know. I'm not gonna blow me on trumpet here, but a lot of people say that they like the sound of my voice. So, but I can probably guarantee you by the time you watch this video, you'll be absolutely bloody sick of it.
Yeah.
Because it is just me talking all the way through, and it's me talking all the way through for half an hour. There's some other bits and pieces in there as well, and I visit 4 different locations, right close, in my locality. So just for the COVID police, they are all very local to me.
Have you got any other videos recorded, or is that all you've got? And
that's all I've got, Steve. To be honest, I mean, I don't. Up until recently, I don't really have the great deal of time. By the time I come in from work, most nights, it's quite late. We have dinner and then it gets too late. I mean, I like my sleep as well. I don't know how you guys do it, going out at what time of the morning, and then you might have to get up for work the next day. I don't know, but no, I haven't got anything else in the pipeline yet. But I'm hoping. I kind of like work on a bi-weekly cycle. So I'll do a weekend, I'll miss a weekend, I'll do a weekend, I'll miss a weekend. Sometimes it's like I'll do every weekend, and then sometimes I'll miss a few others. I mix it up a little bit. But there's a church, a very small church, quite close to me, which I've got my eye on. I think it's called Ellisborough Church, and there is a ghost story attached to that as well. So I'm probably going to go and have a look at that one at some point in the future.
I mean, I know, like me and Griff, we kind of just like stockpile. We record like loads of videos, just so we have like loads of stuff, like kind of piled up, backed up. I mean, I think tomorrow's video that comes out, we recorded that like in December. I think it was like the start of December. That video was. I know when we done the Nottingham videos as well. I think that was October, and then we done videos in November. So like our schedule is kind of like all over the place. I'll just kind of like pick and choose which video. I'll just grab one, throw it in, and start editing them. I've got a few more like ready to go. I think that we recorded last year. But I do want to go to Cannock Chase. Like I say, it's only down the road. We will be outdoors. I just want to go and find these like dolls, that have just like mysteriously appeared, the dolls and the Ouija board. So I do want to go check that out.
Is this the dark-eyed dolls? Is this the one that?
Oh well, it's been like it's everywhere at the moment. Like it's like on all paranormal sites and everything. Everyone's just talking about it. About the like these dolls just appearing. Like someone's obviously tied them all up and whatever. It looks pretty creepy. So it'll be a good little journey. Good little trip. And we got onto our last question, people. Coming up to
the last one already.
It's the last one. We've done pretty good, to be honest. We've done pretty good. What locations do you want to do in the future? What are some of your dream locations that you want to do?
Goodness me. Well, top of my list is 30 East Drive.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think that's a fan favourite, isn't it? I think
it definitely is a fan favourite.
I think most investigators who are serious about it, that's one place that I think everyone really wants to kind of go into. Can't blame them, I mean, that's what got us started. So yeah, 30 East Drive.
30 East Drive, mainly because of I mean, again, it's one of those places. When I started watching your guys' channels, I did a lot of reading on what was on that estate before the whole estate went up, and it's got a lot of history again, that estate, or the ground of that estate. But just to actually, I mean, I have never witnessed or anything poltergeist-ish, if you want to call it that, at all.
Thank you, Jessica. Jessica, for the £2 super chat. One up, thank you. Sorry, Mark, for cutting you off.
Sorry. No, but so yeah, just to go and witness something like that, potentially. I mean, obviously, again, I think some people get so they think as soon as they're going to walk through the door of 30 East Drive, things are going to start flying all over the place. But I mean, I think it's one of those things. Again, do you believe the residual energy there it just ebbs over time? Does it eventually it will eventually cease to stop? For things to stop happening there.
Who knows? I mean, whatever's there is pretty intelligent, and when he wants to, it can be pretty powerful as well.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, I know the first time me and Griff ever walked in there, it did actually pop off, like within moments, within minutes. Things were happening. It was unreal, but we have been a lot of times, obviously since then, and it just depends. It just depends on whatever mood, if it's got enough power. It just depends on a lot of things. A lot of times we have been in there and absolutely nothing's happened all day, all night. You've just, like I say, right time, right place. That's all it takes. But it's the same with a lot of these locations. It would be amazing if, there was active daily. Like every time you go there, you get something good. But then you know, would you get spoilt by it? You know, would you appreciate it as much? You know,
Yeah.
it's just one of those things. But it is a great location. I did see Lisa, Lisa Horton, asked a question. If you did go to 30 East Drive, would you go alone?
I would like to go alone, but I definitely have to have me. I definitely have to have my shitting pants on. That's for sure.
You know,
Sorry for swearing. Sorry.
no, it's fine, man.
Just swear what you want.
Is there any other locations you'd like to do?
Yeah, I'd like to go. Obviously, I'm from the northeast. I'd like to go on to. I don't even know if it's even possible. Durham Castle is a renowned haunted place, and so is Chillingham Castle as well. I'd like to go there. Them two places would be absolutely fantastic to go back home and do those.
Did you do Chillingham Castle, Jace?
Yeah, when I first ever did a ghost hunt, that was one of my first ever ghost hunts at Chillingham Castle. I didn't realise it until I looked back at the actual site, and yeah, man, that was my first ever ghost hunt with an
events team.
Yeah, like an events team. It was my first ever one, and it was like a different experience altogether, because obviously I was brand new baby, so I was like eyes wide open, believing everything, and it was a fun experience, to be honest. Really fun.
Yeah. Would you be ever interested in doing any of the prisons? You know, me and Griff have done quite a few of the big notorious prisons in England, and you know, Shepton Mallet was amazing. And so was Gloucester. You know, we was getting a lot of noises, like it sounded like doors banging and everything, while we're in these huge sections all on our own. And like I say, when it happens, because these are big heavy metal shutters, like just going boom. It's crazy. I mean, I remember at Shepton, where me and Griff, we closed every single door, and we went down and we closed all the doors in the cell block. And then Griff was counting. He was like asking, you know, if he could open the door or something like that. And I think he was like on 3, and you just see a boom, like straight down the corridor. And we just looked at each other, and Griff was like, "Oh, you know, it is what it is, isn't it?"
Yeah, it is. But I definitely go to some of the. I'd love to go to some of the prisons as well. Prisons are fantastic.
They are amazing. I mean, the only issue with the prisons is, you know, they cost like nearly £2,000. You know what I mean, for a night. I think it's around 2,000. It's about between 1,000 and 2,000. I can't remember exactly how much, but they are a lot of money. Which is just it's kind of like daylight robbery in a way. Thank you so much, Liz. Could I have a shout out, as it's my birthday on Sunday? Thanks. And there you go, Liz. Massive shout out, massive thank you for that donation. Hopefully you're enjoying the stream. Hopefully everyone else is enjoying the stream. Hopefully you're enjoying Dead Cold, getting to know him a bit, chilling with him. And remember, guys, please go over, support, and check him out. Let me see if I can share his link. Do I still have his link? Whoa, there we go. Hopefully that shits you all up. And there you go. And I've just posted his link, so everyone go check him out and send some love. So yeah, the prisons are great. Is that it? Is that you just want to kind of go back home and check out them castles? Are you into like a lot of the castles then?
Yeah, I like the part and parcel of me doing this as well, actually, because I quite like the history of places. So to visit all the oldie worldy places and you know, medieval places for me is part of the thrill. To go and see these places as well, just to actually investigate them.
Yeah, man.
So that's part of the thrill for me. The older, the better.
And I think on that bombshell, people, that is it. That is all the questions that I had for Mr. Dead Cold. He answered them. Thank you, Mark, for, you know, going through your history, telling us and talking to us, and, you know, hopefully you all enjoyed that. Griff, do you have any questions for him you want to ask him? Before we...
Well, I suppose what you call it, you asked most of them. But I mean, I suppose you could say, like, because obviously it's like, what is your, I don't know, like your kind of take on the paranormal itself, in the sense of like, what do you actually feel?
What is the paranormal?
Is, yeah, to you, like, not, I suppose to you it's a personal question, but like, what do you think that the paranormal? Yeah, like, what is it to you? Because it's a difficult question. But
What do you believe the paranormal to be?
That's a deep and searching one, Griff. The paranormal to me is, I don't know. I don't think you can't really pigeonhole the paranormal into one particular thing, because there's so many elements of it. It's unbelievable. If you ask me what I believe ghosts are they an energy of a person or an animal, or because obviously it's not just people. There's obviously animals have been seen as ghosts as well, and have been felt as ghosts as well. I was reading something there just a few days ago about a family that had lost their cat, and it had felt the cat at night time, because we have 2 cats as well, and one of them is quite au fait actually getting climbs up onto the bed at night time, and doing the whole kneading thing. So if we ever lost one of them, God forbid that should ever happen, but if you ever lost one of them and that happened, would I be freaked out? Yes, I probably would be, to be fair. But would it be a comforting thing as well? It maybe would. I can't say that I've actually seen anything, but what I believe ghosts to be is an energy that's attached to something. I know they always say that the ghosts are, especially if people or things have died quite suddenly, then that energy that they have gets trapped there or frozen there, and then they kind of like almost repeat the action of what happened just before they died.
Yeah.
Like I hear a lot of these stories where you'll hear.
Just stay for me. Can only stay. Nothing from Griff. That's all I like that one. Imagine you wake up in the middle of the night, the bedroom door opens, and you just hear Griff saying watermelons are nice. I like that.
How do people come up with that?
I don't know. They're just some creative mind.
Right, we're back. We're all back now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Whoever put that watermelon comment up?
Can we?
Dylan Berryman.
Are we good? Are we good?
Yeah, man, we're all good.
Shout out to Dylan Berryman, man. It's that made me laugh, and it made Mark laugh as well.
Yeah, sorry about that, people. It was something that happened with my headphones. They literally just died for some reason. I don't know. The battery's fully charged, but it's just one of those things. Technology, isn't always 100%. What do you call it? It's not 100% reliable. Always has the gremlins, and we were just struck with one. So we'll be back.
Can anyone put in the chat what was the last thing you heard me ask Mark, and I'll try and pick it up from there, or what was the last thing that you heard Mark say? Because it was getting interesting then, and then it just went off. But
yeah.
I suppose I'll just ask you the question again, if I'm honest. I mean, your take on the paranormal, you said, was like energy based from people, like residual energy. But if what you call it, if you believe that residual energy from people is what we encounter within the like when we investigate, what do you believe that, when it's something that responds? Because residual and I don't even know the two, and I'm a fucking ghost hunter apparently. I'm an investigator, and I don't even know the two. I ain't even that bothered, to be honest. But I like the topic. But it's say that it's something through a marble. That's not residual, is it? Because
no, it's not.
Obviously. So what would you think that was? Because not everything could be a demon. I mean, we can all go around and say the demons. What up, boys? It's me, your demon boy. But I mean, just tell me what you think that.
Well, again, the word poltergeist is bantered around on videos it seems to be the tagline for quite a few videos, to be fair, through the ghost hunting fraternity. But yeah, I don't know. If you want to deem it poltergeist activity, then that's what it is. I mean, do you believe poltergeists? 30 East Drive is a classic example. And if you're actually not reading it, I'm going to give these guys a plug. The thing that's on BBC 4 as well, the Battersea Poltergeist documentary, the blog documentary that's going on at the moment, absolutely superb.
Is that Kieran O'Keefe's plugging that a lot as well?
Yeah, it's good. You ought to listen to it. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, even your great friend, and I had a feeling this might come up tonight, so I just thought I'd bring it up. Bear with me. Sorry. I've lost it there now, I think. I think I have. Forget about it. Anyway, your friend Justin, Paranormal Monk.
Yeah.
He was saying, is this the possibly the greatest untapped story that we've never actually explored properly yet? I mean, that story went on for nearly 11 years. That is some activity over that length of time. I mean, I think even the Enfield haunting only went on for a couple of years. But yeah, I mean, if that's what it's all about. I mean, I don't know. You could say that 30 East Drive is actually still happening after it has happened, after it started happening in the 60s.
Yeah. Well, did it ever stop?
Did it ever stop? Yeah.
I mean, we met the bloke who actually lived there before the Pritchards, when the house was first built, and he experienced activity then, before the Pritchards even come in. So I think that kind of blows out that theory of, it's attached to, teenage girls and whatever. This was like a man, just moving in with his family. He only had a baby, and activity was happening then, and then it happened during, the famous years, and even to this day, it might not be as violent, I suppose. But who are we to say it's not violent? We've experienced some horrible things. So, and you're looking over a period of 50 years or something.
Yeah.
And it's still there. It's still happening. It's craziness when you think about it. I
mean, if you try and think of the science of it, how on earth if it is a spirit of some kind, how on earth does a spirit able to pick something up that's solid to us and move it around, whether that be kicking something, making something levitate through the air, chucking something, moving something, whatever it might be, knocking a lampshade. I mean, turning light switches on and off. How does something that's invisible actually do that? That's what blows my mind as far as that end of the poltergeist, the ghost spectrum is.
Yeah. I mean, you did touch a bit on Enfield as well. I actually went inside the Enfield house, spoke to the family, and actually talked to them. And they're a religious family. By the way, I'm not bullshitting anyone. I legitimately did go inside there. I know a lot of people think, oh yeah, whatever, but we went in. One of the first people ever to actually step foot inside the, out of the media. Spoke to the family, sat in the living room, chilled out with them, talked to them, and that was one of the things I asked. I was like, they're a very religious family, and they've got a sign out. So, how's it going, Shape? Good to see you, man. There was, I think it's Jesus is here or something. They've got something Jesus written on there, and I asked them, I was asking them all the questions, have you ever experienced anything inside, while living in the house? And they said, yeah. They said they have activity, they believe in the paranormal. The kids have witnessed things, they've seen things. So now, that's two separate families. Yeah. So now you look at the Enfield one. It happened, back in whenever it was, the 70s or whatever, 60s, 70s. And then people said, oh, it ended. But, this family who live in there now, they experience things. You look at the 30 East Drive stuff. Again, you look at the teenage theory of, it only surrounds itself around teenage girls. Yeah. Well, how does that work then? Because there's no teenage girls living at East Drive. Yet, again, it's 30, 40 years of this thing. These theories could be being debunked. But again, they're only theories. What people thought. But what it's telling and showing us is poltergeist. We have no idea of how they work, how long they actually go around for. I mean, did anyone ever see the film The Entity?
Yeah.
And the
Yes.
the Entity is based on a true story. And she lived with that entity around her wherever she went. You know, she tried to move houses, she lived different places, tried to get away with it, and it followed her until the day she died. How do you explain that? That's 40 years worth of stuff.
That's how do you even put up with that? How do you put up with that all of your life, having something like that happen to you? That's just...
I have no idea. But again, it's just one of those things. It's just absolutely crazy. But it's interesting. It's absolutely interesting. I remember the day I found dial-up. As soon as I just left Enfield, and I said to him, I was like, apparently they've still beginning activity to this day, and it's because no one knows anything that's happened in Enfield since, you know, like the 90s, you know. But apparently, yeah, it's still happening. So yeah, pretty crazy. So yeah, any comments for you guys? Anything you want us to talk about? Any questions? You know, me, Mark, and Griff, we are here to talk, you know, for about another 10 minutes. So let us know.
Whilst I'm on, Steve, can I just say hello to my neighbour's lad, Ashton? He's an avid fan of my videos, so I'd just like to say hello to him. How you doing, fella? He's only I can't remember what he is now. I do apologise. I think he's 9 or 10. And also my other friends in Nottingham, Abby and Jez, their little girl Eva, only 3. She watches my videos avidly. Big shout outs to them.
Good one. Okay, East Asian cinema history. Your violent paranormal experiences. Violent. I mean, you know, I think when you go back to 30 East Drive, like Griff's dad, you know, he got scratched twice. It looked like he was going to have a heart attack as well.
He's already had 3 heart attacks. He down, I don't know.
You know, in the house, like after like a massive amount of activity was happening. You know, cupboards were opening, bed sheets were flipping, something like ran past me. I felt it all within the space of seconds. And as Griff's dad got to the top of the stairs, he went pale white. Looked like he was going to drop down dead. We was actually fear for him, and then he was like, "Oh my god, oh my god!" We looked at his ankle, and there's like 3 claw marks on his ankle. I mean, that's pretty incredible. And you know, I mean, violent activity. I mean, again, when we went into the house, we was having a laugh, having a joke, and we had. We were just taking the piss, and then 2 carving knives, knives like this big, were on the stairs. You know, I mean, I don't know if that's, you know, like showing us, you know, don't piss about, because look, you know, teleporting knives from one place to another, absolutely insane. So I think that's pretty terrifying. You know, that's knives. You know what I mean? Man. Knives moving. But so
really dangerous.
That's a few little things. There was a question here. I think it was most. Come on, have I lost this? Scary shit. Scariest horror film, Mark. What's the scariest thing you've ever seen?
Oh God. As a kid, probably Jaws or The Thing.
Oh man, yeah.
Good films. So.
In recent years, the Paranormal Activity films.
Yeah, they're good. Watch them on your own. Watch them on your own with some headphones. Holy shit! It's a totally different experience to watching it with your family on a TV.
Yeah. Or The Ring and The Grudge.
Yeah.
Christ, the Grudge scared the crap out of me.
Yeah. I think here, like for me, I always say The Entities. I'll never forget like that soundtrack. Like when the poltergeist started coming, because it's just a drum bass. It's just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
When all this activity, it's so scary as a kid. So there was a question here a second ago. Steve, is it possible to spend a night at Enfield? You know, we actually tried. We tried a lot. You know, we offered a lot of money, willing to do a lot of things, but the family just won't budge. They won't accept anything. They don't want anything. They're very cautious about anyone filming or recording. I mean, they won't even let anyone really step foot into the house. So again, that's why we were so lucky that we got a chance to do it. But we're still in talks with them. We're still on good terms with them. So we're probably the closest that anyone's ever got to investigating Enfield. So just you know, we was actually meant to go there last year, actually, around April, but obviously COVID hit, so that got put on hold. But we're still in contact. I've even got the lady's phone number still on my phone. Everything's good. So maybe in the future we can do it, but at the moment, it's hard, man. It's rock solid, believe me. And I think that could be it. I mean, if there's any other questions, people, you know, we've got about 7 minutes. Do you want to plug anything? You want to plug your channel before we get any more questions or anything?
Yeah, tell us where we can find you. Tell us all your stuff and that, and tell everyone.
Yeah,
that.
get on over to just get yourself on YouTube. Type in Dead Cold Paranormal. You'll find my stuff there. Hit the subscribe button and do all those fantastic YouTube-orientated things.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
So actually, we've got a good question here from the Shape, the man, the Shape himself. I have a question. This is a good question as well. Do you think spirits have murdered human beings, any type of entity?
Wow.
Griff?
That is...
So, well, you go. It's an unanswerable question. It's a good question, but it's unanswerable. I mean, I think we've got to find spirits first, before we can suggest to say that they've murdered someone. But
I mean, you know, like a lot of these people that fall down the stairs and break the neck. How do we not know that they weren't pushed?
Yeah, well, I was going to say, if it's not possible for like you know, there was that. I mean, everyone's seen it now because it's been on. I haven't watched it myself, but it's the Cecil Hotel. And like that woman just looks demented, like she's like, you know, she's kind of like she needs exorcising by a demon, by a priest, sorry. But it's like kind of like, you know, like exorcisms and stuff like that. Is that not proof in the sense that like a bad energy can cause you harm and damage? So I mean, to say that maybe like you were standing on the edge of a windowsill and a ghost pushed you off, I mean, that's hard to prove. But when it comes down to like being demented and you know, you've got a demon inside you and you need to be exorcised, I suppose that there's some truth to it within itself, you know. But where do the demons live? Do they come into us, or are they already up there? I mean, there's loads of stuff we could just filter off into every single alleyway and avenue, and you know, just we could be here all night. So I could talk about it all night. It's mad. But do you think that spirits of, what was the question? Spirits murdered people?
Yeah.
What do you reckon, Mark?
I've known one or two people that have actually, and this has come from a truthful person as well, that says that they have been pushed on stairs. Now, not pushed, you know, violently, so they've actually fallen and taken a tumble down the stairs, but have been shoved, and have felt the shove. So much so to actually, you know, you can say that was definitely a shove and there was nobody behind me.
Yeah.
So I mean, if that does happen, and you know, that spirit or that entity is able to shove harder, then yeah, why not? If you're talking like, you know, but can the, I mean, if poltergeists can pick up knives and throw them, then why couldn't they? You could say then that they could murder people.
Exactly.
Some people say that they took an oath to not harm a living person because they're dead. Like, that's one of the rules. So I don't know. There's just loads of stuff that you just don't know. But, it's a good question, Shay.
Yeah, man. Cheers for that. Here's one. Here's another one. I suppose for all three of us. Mr. B. Perry. What kind of hobbies you guys have to relax after an active investigation? We've got a perfect song on right at this moment while we answer this question. To be honest, as soon as we finish an active, well, when you just any investigation, me and Griff go straight to bed. You know, we don't get home until like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. We don't put the telly on. Literally go to bed and just go to sleep and just relax that way. Just try and get some sleep because we're exhausted. I'm tired. You know, because you got to remember, these are long drives, 2-hour drives, 3-4 hours recording at these places. Remember, 2 hours to get there. All we want to do, I don't want to listen to anything, I don't want to talk to anyone. I literally just want to get into bed and get to sleep.
I mean, when I stay at Steve's, it's like he just walks straight upstairs, I walk straight into the front room, blanket, seeing a bit, and that is the only conversation we have.
Yeah.
Then that's the end of it. But I mean, I suppose there's a different aspect to that as well, Steve. Like, do you know, like when we're in an active investigation, it's kind of like everything's all hyped up and we talk about the stuff that's happened on the way home, and then it's pretty much the same, go straight to bed. But I mean, what could you do? Blast some music on and start getting loud and have a few drinks and that. Like, I don't know. It's like, I mean, what could you actually do?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose when we
tell us, guys.
I mean, when we jump in the car, we do talk about it. We talk about what's happened, and we have music on them. You know, sometimes. I mean, that's it. We just Griff sometimes, podcast and you know, that's just to get us through the night. You know, just to try and get back home. Without falling asleep at the wheel and dying, you know. I mean, it's crazy.
Dead Carl's going to turn around and say that he does something fucking like some cartwheel or something to celebrate. Or what do you do, Mark?
I'm a very boring chap, to be fair. Yeah. But I mean, it depends on what it's been like. If I've had a really frightening one, then sometimes I can get back and I'll probably, because I don't do what you guys do. I haven't done that yet, and I'm going out, you know, till goodness knows what time of the morning. The majority of places I've been to so far are probably no more than maybe like an hour to an hour a quarter away from where I've been. And I like to get there during the daytime, a few hours left in the day, so I can actually, because if I don't know the area, especially if I'm not going to a house of any kind, I need to have a good look around the area first to get me bearings. So I'm normally back in the house by latest maybe 9-10 o'clock in the evening.
That's my kind of investigation, to be honest.
You're going to be fucked in the summer then.
I know. That's what I see. I've started this at the wrong time. I'm going to have to start going out later and later as the summer, as this next year rolls on.
Yeah. Well.
And I'm going to be waking up the missus up at goodness knows what time of the morning, and that's when she's going to be saying to me, "Well, I know you enjoy it, but you're going to have to stop doing this."
Yeah,
say that, or you're sleeping on the couch downstairs.
Yeah.
Okay. We've got a few more questions. You know, remember, guys, keep firing them, and we'll keep answering them. So we've got a few more questions here.
Anybody tried this? The Bourneville Orange Dark Chocolate?
No. You know what I've seen today? I've seen, is it a twirl orange?
Oh, snap, yeah, man. Get one of them down, you son.
It just reminds me of like a Terry's Chocolate Orange.
Well, Terry's Chocolate Orange is probably my favourite chocolate. If we open up like a PO box, I'm going to have diabetes, I reckon. But if we open up a PO box, we should just get people to send us like chocolate oranges and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think what I think you should do, Griff, at the end of every live stream, you should review another chocolate bar or another pudding of some kind.
Nice, I do like some puddings. I'm a pudding man. Sweet tooth guy.
Question.
What is it then, Stu?
Family Premium. Have you ever thought of all three of you guys doing an investigation, like a collaboration? And yeah, man, we'll definitely get onto it. You know, once the world kind of heals itself, gets a bit better, restrictions ease. I mean, I think the first collaboration me and Griff want to do is I think Weatherspoons and Chicken Wings. That's the first place I certainly want to do because I miss them badly.
Pint of fucking Cronenberg, 20 chicken wings.
At least.
Just sitting there.
At least 20. That's what I want to do.
Sauce I think I'm banned from the Weatherspoons by me, though.
There's plenty around. We can go to other locations.
We'll have to get to a different one.
But yeah, definitely, we'll hook up with Mark and we'll do something with him 100% for sure.
100%. For sure.
Thank you for that, Alison. That was I know that lady that just sent you that premium family thing. Alison, hello.
Question here for you, Mark. Are you a fan of other ghost hunters?
Yes, and I really wish Paranormal Truth would hurry up and come back.
Calling you out, Dale and Justin's calling you out.
I love them too. I've also watched a lot of Haunted Finders as well. But But yeah, and obviously I watched Steve's brother as well quite often. I watch some of his live streams. Some of them are quite funny, to be fair. But yeah, good. It's they're all good. They're all good. Whether you believe them or not, it is great to watch. I believe them.
I don't even know why I'm laughing. I don't know why I'm laughing. Okay then.
Paranormal truth, though, definitely. Let's have paranormal truth back.
Steve, if you have a chance to upgrade your paranormal equipment, which would it be? I just want a better camera, to be honest. That's all I want. Better camera. And hopefully next year we'll be able to get one. Upgrade both mine and Griff's camera. That's
what
it.
What we looking at? Fucking 1,200 quid for a new camera.
Yeah, I think it's like £2,000 each.
Is it?
Yeah, at least. So that's the next big purchase.
Yeah, well, we'll get there though. We'll get it.
Yeah. Where would you recommend to be the first investigation as a new team?
Go to places around your areas, man. It's like what you call it. Something we never really did, but we did it to begin with. Like, do you know Lily Shore Abbey and White Ladies Priory?
Yeah, they were close, weren't they?
And that kind of stuff. And
Roughwood.
Really, like the money, yeah, Roughwood, and then like really close to us. And we just chose a few little areas by us. And to be honest, there's some stories of that White Ladies Priory. I think we need to go back in some of the summer nights and stuff like that. But I personally would suggest that you go to places in your local area that you hear like a lot of myths about, a lot of talks and stuff like that. And I think that's a great place to start if you want to go investigating on your own. Try and do things that don't cost you any money. But when you do outside projects, just remember that you've always got wildlife to retaliate with, and battle with, and weather and stuff like that. And just remember that, and just don't think that every step on a twig's a ghost. So.
Yeah. Question here from Claire Draper. Do you ever feel you've been followed by a spirit? Me personally, I don't think I have whatsoever.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah, at the start, I thought
Mate,
when we come back from 30.
You thought someone was by your door and that.
Yeah, from
door on the side.
Yeah, 39 Degree Street. Oh no, that's
Where
when we
was that?
That was when we was at Dean's Road.
No. This in your house. Do you remember when you said you thought you? I can see the door we're on about in the TV. That one over the other side, and you said you thought someone was in that room or something when you was upstairs. Was it?
No, there was one section where we just come back from 39 Degree Street, and I was upstairs, and it sounded like I heard walking coming up and down the stairs, and like all on the landing and everything. There was a section like where something squeezed on my shoulder, but again, it could have just been muscle cramp. You never know. But I honestly, there's been a few like little experiences, but I don't fear anything like being followed back. We've done over 100 investigations. Nothing seems to have well, if they have, it hasn't made itself known like definitively. My daughter said she's seen things back, whatever. But yeah. How about you, Jace? Do you think you've been followed?
Yeah, loads. And if we're just answering the question, we know, no add-on. Then that's it. I've just answered it.
Yeah. How about you, Mark? Have you ever been followed?
Not that I'm aware of, but I definitely.
As he looks behind him.
Yeah. Well, no, I can hear because I can hear my cat scratching at the door.
How is it? Yeah, man.
That's why I'm looking down there. But yeah, that again, I go back to the Minsden Chapel. That place there, I felt as if something. In fact, I got quite freaked out on the way back home. I felt very uneasy leaving that place as well. So yeah, has something come back? No. Did I feel it at the time? Maybe over heightened sense. Yes, but yeah, nothing has. Thankfully, nothing has. Thankfully.
I've been drained by a spirit. I had to take a salt bath. You know what I mean?
A salt bath.
Yeah, man. It cleans all your energies and stuff like that. Like Himalayan salt or...
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, next one.
Yeah, Jan W. Does Griff sleep in the car or stay awake and keep you company? It depends, to be honest. It depends if he's got work in the morning. Sometimes it's like 50-50. He will stay awake, depending what's on, depending what we're listening to. It depends what music goes on. Sometimes...
Depends what we're talking about as well.
Yeah. But it's like a 50-50. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't.
I'll
And
stay awake all the way there.
yeah,
You've got to bear that in mind. I'm always awake
Yeah.
when we're on the way there, unless I've just finished work and Steve's like, we got to go. And then I've got 2 hours and then I have a quick nap in the car.
yeah,
But because you got to remember, guys, I wake up at 5:30 in the morning.
yeah.
Then I'm
Yeah.
at work all day till 4:30, 5 o'clock. Come home, Steve's at the house at fucking 6:15.
Yeah, sometimes I'm there before he's even at
I know,
home.
mate. I remember he's outside the house and he's waiting for me, and I'm walking back from fucking work, and I just go in the house, have to get changed dead quick, get all my clothes on, come downstairs, get in the car, and we're just driving. Sometimes I don't stop, man. I'm too busy. And, yeah, man. It's so like on the way there, I'm always awake unless I've just finished work. And then on the way back, it's hit and miss whether I've got a big day the next day. So, yeah. Because I'm a plasterer, man. It's one of the hardest jobs going still. I mean, if anyone wants a job and I can just watch you, send me a message.
Yeah.
It is a hard job.
What's the next location for you guys? Hopefully Canic Chase. I think that's like the
Doll heads.
Yeah, the doll heads. I think that's what we're going to be doing. Yeah, Wednesbury Paranormal just in here. Lads, you're going to see the Canic Chase dolls for sure. Once I get my car back, which will be tomorrow, I think I'm getting it back.
So what's happened with your car anyway, Steve?
It keeps coming up engine malfunction. The lights coming up engine malfunction, and I've been getting this since September when my car got done, and I've been taking it to the garage. And they haven't charged me now. Fair play to the garage. They've been checking it, they've been testing. They've replaced the camshaft sensor, and it keeps coming on. And they don't want paying anything, them because of how long the problem's been going on. But they think it's something to do with the wiring, and they think it could be the wiring was a bit faulty, so they've redone all the wiring. So I'm going to pick it up tomorrow. But again, they're not charging me for anything. But them being, to be honest, amazing. The mechanics being real good.
Fair play to them that they charged and stuff like that, because some bastards
Yeah, like all day, like it's like they've had it for like 3-4 days, about 3 days, and they've been working on it non-stop. They replaced the camshaft sensor, and they said they're not going to charge me because if it's not the camshaft, they don't want to sell me a camshaft, and I don't even need it. So they're not charging me for anything like that. They're not even charging me when I pick my car up. They want to see how it runs and to see if the problem happens again later. So. Incredible.
Well, that shows a good mechanic, like wants to fix an issue, rather than just saying that's enough, give me 500 quid.
Yeah.
I'll see in a bit, and then you take it back and it's like, well, it's another 200 quid, mate.
Exactly. And this is like a chain. Like it's quite local down us. It's like called Eurofit. So anyone in the West Midlands area, Eurofit, incredible. Can't fault them whatsoever. Question from Dylan. What would make you leave a ghost hunt, Mark? Ghost or a girl? Ghost of a girl.
Say it again.
What would make you leave a ghost hunt? So what would make you physically run out? Or, what would be your limit for you to leave?
Well, again, probably coming under attack by a poltergeist would be something I would be out the door by, that's for sure. Would I leave if I'd seen the Ghostbusters library apparition? Yes. But that, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what
that would be it.
Yeah. Mr. Bunny, now hooking the car up to diagnostics port to see what the error is. Yeah, they've been doing that, and they've been changing that, and it keeps just coming up. Engine malfunction. They've changed it all. They've checked it. Believe me, they've been doing it. I mean, imagine them not just doing it. A full mechanic. Fuck that. Who cares what the reading is? We're going to determine this ourselves. We're going to debunk it. Nah, trust me, they've been checking everything. A question from your mate Steve Rolfe. Is the old nuclear bunker in Essex worth a look? That's the Kelvedon Hatch. Me and Griff will be doing that this year. Like once Haunted Happenings gets up and running again. We was meant to do it last year. It was actually meant to be one of the very first locations we done, but I was in hospital sadly, so it got cancelled. But hopefully this year, when Haunted Happenings comes back up, we will be doing Kelvedon Hatch, and we will let you know if it's worth doing or not. But the thing is, even if nothing happens, it's probably just worth doing for the experience of going down there. Because it's quite deep underground, isn't it? And just going there, experiencing it, and just ticking another one off the bucket list of things and places to do. So yeah, we'll be doing that this year. So yeah, keep your eyes.
Mr. Bunny, a ghost cow. Now, cows. Steve, you might agree with me here as well, because I don't think you like them much either.
Yeah.
Cows, them bloody cows. Like I don't mind them if they're in a pen, but when they're out in the field and you're in the field with them, I don't like them. They do make me want to leave.
Yeah, man. Respect the cow. All day, respect that cow, because you just don't know what's going through the mind that day. You know, you go through and I'm like, who's this? And then just go straight at you.
Unpredictable animals, that's for sure.
All animals, let's not just rule out the cow. All animals are unpredictable. I mean, I wouldn't go in a pig pen.
Pig pen.
Yeah, pig pen.
Munch you down like a Twix.
In a pig pen.
Ever seen a full apparition? And this could be the last question. Ever seen a full apparition? I've never seen anything like forming, like specifically in front of me. I've never seen anything like that. Me and Laura, my girlfriend, we did see something like move. We both seen it in the. I wouldn't even say the corner of our eye. We both flipping seen it. We both turned and we seen something go past. I guess you could say that's a full apparition. Have we ever caught a full apparition on camera? There's been times where we've thought we've caught one. And remember, but we haven't caught anything like that fully on camera. But I might have seen a few things in person. Like I say, when that thing walked past, that was pretty strange. And that's it for me. Griff, you ever seen a full apparition?
No.
Mark, you ever seen one?
Me neither. Not seen one. Would very much like to see one, but never seen one.
Yeah, we're still chasing the holy grail of ghost hunting.
Yep.
I love your show, thanks. Which episode of yours is the best evidence? I want a scare to know. Your suggestion. Oh man, we're the wrong channel for scares or anything like that. Best evidence? I don't know, man.
Well, the one for scaring I thought was Lily Shore Abbey with them flaming dogs. Jeez, that noise.
Yeah, that's good. the Lily Shore Abbey one, check that out. Check out some of the 30 East Drive videos. Check out the cage. The thing is, I don't find them scary whatsoever. But I know a few other people, like a lot of other people that watch them. Like a lot of the videos that say, "Oh, how'd you doing?" And it's like, well, it's just like another day at the office, really. But yeah, go with that one. Like Lily Shore, the 30 East Drives. Some of it's just like fascinating. Like the Wentworth Woodhouse, that's more fascinating than scary.
Yeah. Good video, that one.
Yeah.
Good video.
Well, thank you. And I think that could be it. Is there any other questions? Is the trailer at the start of one Mike's video a house where it is? Is the trailer at the start one of Mark's video a house where is it?
Trailer.
I don't know if it's on about yours
start.
or mine.
One of Mike's videos. It must be Mark's. I'm not sure. I'm not sure on that one, Dylan. I'll have to have a look at it. And if you just say Mark's underneath there. The beginning.
Could be one of ours.
Was that the beginning of the montage one?
Let's have a look. Would you ever investigate your home? That's from Sarah.
No.
No. I investigated my home, and let me tell you, man, it was riddled with poltergeist activity. That bad, I had to run out of the house. Actually, yeah. Watch that video. Whoever was asking what scary video, watch the scariest house on the planet. That is one you will enjoy. I enjoyed it. Hopefully more to come. And that could be it. House with the broken windows looks huge. Oh, I think that's one. That's for us. Haunted Hill or Hill House or something. We can't really give out the location, unfortunately. But yeah, man, it looks amazing, that place. And that will be coming very, very soon.
Unless he's talking about, as Steve just said, unless he's talking about Horton House. That's a English heritage site. It's a ruin of a manor house. Lovely place, that's for sure.
And I think that could be, guys. You know, it's coming up to 20 past 11. We're going to end it right now. I want to say a massive, massive thank you to everyone who's watched tonight, everyone who's donated, everyone who
Thank you very
has
much.
subscribed, liked. Remember, go check out Mark, go subscribe to him. He keeps it real, keeps it honest, which is very rare in this field, believe me. So there's his link one more time. He's got a new video coming out tomorrow after hours. Check out our video, 7 p.m. His video is what, 9 p.m. I believe.
9 p.m. It's not your regular ghost hunting vid. It's a story about a local story about a witch hunt.
Okay, and that's it. So keep your eyes peeled. Go and binge watch his videos. If people have been, found any of this interesting and new to our channel, please hit subscribe. Please support the channel. We always keep it honest, real, truthful. We've got some videos. Go binge watch some of the videos we've been talking about. The Factory, Lily Shore Abbey, The Cage, obviously 30 East Drive. And yeah, man, we're just a massive thank you for all the support, all the love, everything that you guys keep doing and supporting us. Remember, video next week. Hopefully we'll have another video the week after, and we'll keep trying to do some like every week. Not sure if we're going to do a live stream next week, but if we do, if you guys want another live stream next week, let us know down in the comments. Let us know what you want us to talk about or anything like that, and we will get it done. If you want to see another reaction video where we watch more scary haunted videos, we can do it. It's not hard. We'll sit here with a beer and we'll watch some of the most haunted videos. So, Griff, does anyone want to shout out before we go? Griff can do the shout outs because my mouth's a bit dry.
Because of course, fuck all, bro.
Well, get the chat up, man. Everyone, leave your comments. We'll give you all a shout out. Griff's going to do the honours and shout you all out, man. Why not?
Why do people want...
I'm going to give myself a shout out, Steve, and that is for my birthday tomorrow.
It is?
Oh, snap.
I totally forgot. It's Mr. Dead Cold's birthday tomorrow night, man.
Dead Cold's birthday tomorrow, man. I bet he's only turning 33.
Christ, I bloody wish, mate, that's for sure. Mathematically, I could probably be your father.
Oh.
Yeah. You could be both of us then.
Yeah. Well, happy birthday.
So, happy birthday for tomorrow, mate. And thank you for joining us today. Remember, everyone go check out Dead Cold. And,
shout out, Griff.
Some of his stuff. I'm going to do them, Stephen. I'm running on to them. I'm going to run on to them.
Go on,
it's
then.
going to fall off my tongue. But yeah, everyone go check out Dead Cold. He's got merch on Teespring. I'm pretty sure you're on all the major social medias, aren't you, Mark?
Yes, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Instagram, Twitter,
they're all on my YouTube page.
So just go over to the YouTube page. You'll find everything else. It'll be one of them. So we've got Lisa Horton, Night Griff, Bansaurus Rex, Paranormal Journey, Lonnie L, Tiana Griffith. You're missing an S to be like me. Claire Draper. We've already got that one. Fallen Angel, Caroline, Steve Rolfe, Paul Sprouse, Lynn Ann, Lindia. Do you know what? Fuck this shit fucking chat thing, man. You're there and you press the button once and it just fucking shoots up.
Yeah.
B. Perry, Phil Reilly, Nigel Ellis, Carrion Knife Fisher, Lyndon Lewis. Everyone's saying happy birthday tomorrow. Paul Palmer for the big shout out. Dylan Berryman made me made me laugh earlier with the watermelon comment. Shout out to Carol from 30 East Drive. She'll know you did it. Happy birthday, Mark.
Yeah, she's psychic, isn't she? She'll get that.
Riley, Becky Becks, Paul Palmer, Dells, Paul Sprouse, Paranormal Journey again. We're getting the same ones. Purple Glitter.
Cheers, Bantosaurus Rex.
Man. So yeah, it's
everyone.
It's, what you call it. It's just one of them. Do you want to say anything to the chat, Mark?
Dark Dreams. A big shout out to Dark Dreams. Massive fan. Thank you, mate. And everyone.
And everyone else. Jason Lametta. It was coming up pretty much the same after that. But yeah, thank you very much for joining us, guys. Yeah, and do you want to say anything more?
No, I just want to say thank you very much to both Steve and Griff for inviting me on this. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I dare say an honour as well to actually get to chat to you two instead of actually just texting.
Yeah.
No, it's been grand. I absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
And a big shout out to Melissa Jones, Paranormal. Thank you so much. And I think that's it.
Metallica.
I missed your live. Was watching a film. Don't worry, you can go back.
Well, no, don't stop being all nice to these people.
They should have been here.
Fucked up.
delete this, delete it now so they can't watch it.
I like this one, and we're going to end on this one. You can get out of the closet now, Mark. No offence. And that's it.
My Harry Potter cupboard under the stairs.
Yeah, man. Everyone go sub to Dead Cold.
Yeah, man.
These investigations are really good. And thank you for joining us.
Yeah, man. Take it easy.
Thank you.
Thank you.